Hi guys, we're gonna go back real quick. It's Alicia Silverthorne here. I'm just giving you guys an updated version of my current portfolio. So here you can just see my portfolio like normal, and these two, the subject sampler and the digital scrapbook, are empty just because I don't have that yet, but I just wanted to create my website to mimic the example since I will likely be needing those sections anyways. But going to right into the technology rich unit plan, I added most of my content within this little slideshow here. And so we have the financial literacy unit incorporating gamification. So this is just me defining and explaining the different concepts that I want my students to understand. Moving forward, this is just the gamified activity along with the objectives, the learning standards, and the overview of the activity. So this is going to be a little financial adventure game. Here are my four essential questions that I hope my students can answer by the end of this unit. I also included why I picked financial literacy just so you can know my intentions as an educator behind it. So I just thought that was a cool piece to add. Then from here, I'm going to have four levels that I'll be talking to you about. So within the unit, I will be um, giving out different kind of games within my lessons, and then at the end hopefully the kids can get through all four as a review for the final assessment. So here I'm just this goes along with the unit, so I'm just introducing the students to basic financial terms and concepts. I will be using a Quizlet Live towards the end of the class period, so it can get students to be actively participating in reviewing the terms that we just learned. So it's really fun. I think I've done this before as a student, and I was definitely way more engaged than if my teacher were to tell me go study on Quizlet. So moving forward, we have level two, which is the little budget challenge. So once we get to our little budget part of our financial literacy unit, I'm gonna give the students a virtual budget that they need to allocate funds to different categories such as housing, transportation, entertainment, and savings. They make decision based on income and prioritize spending needs. So I'm gonna have pre-made budgets given to each table group, and then they work together to make decisions to fill out the master decision worksheets. So at the end, groups will present their scenario to the class. Once again, this is a more unified experience as I think students just engaging with each other and explaining to each other um, just what budgeting is. I think that's just going to be really helpful having those different perspectives and explanations. Now, level three, we're going to do investment simulation, which this is going to veer more towards. So, my goal here is to kind of lead towards more independent solutions. But I do encourage like collaboration, especially in the beginning when we're learning. But here we're going to have a website that allows for students to just simulate risk-free investment. And I found a website called Paper Trading, but there's plenty that you can use. But I really like Paper Trading as it was simple to use. And yeah, so then students here, they can still kind of talk to each other and compare and contrast. However, I do want them to each have their own simulation. Now, moving on to level four, this is just the real life financial decision making. Um, Here I'm going to be giving a Google spreadsheets to the students, and students will each of them will draw different scenarios from a bowl and create the best budget plan for the scenario that they draw. This will require little to no peer help, as again, I was trying to lead my students to fulfill a more individual sense of deciding based off of financial literacy. So this is just explaining the different gamification elements and how each of the elements is going to help create a more exciting and engaging classroom for my students. And then this is just my conclusion of why each section is really vital to my lesson and how it's going to just make it as best as possible. Here I have my resources, including that paper trading thing the paper trading website I found, and as well as the Quizlet of the financial terms I wanted to use for level one, which you just opened through Quizlet Live rather than regular Quizlet. And that's the conclusion of that aspect. Then moving forward here, I just attached the PDF of my final authentic assessment, and here you can just read the different applications to it and the adaptive learning strategies within them. And then here is my rubric for the final assessment and a conclusion of why I think this assessment is great for my students, to really just test their knowledge and understanding of this content. Here I have the video of how to use Quizlet down here. And then here I also have resources of different, there's obviously 20 different ones, but Quizlet is within here, and um, you can just access that from there. Um, Oops, I apologize for that. I don't know why music just started. Um, Moving forward, here's just a communication sample from a different class that I had. I just wanted to add that in there. A little poster I made just to showcase some of the work I've done. And then lastly, just an exit ticket that I created for one of my mock lessons that I did. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this little overview of my portfolio. And I am so very grateful for this class, and I hope you guys were just as grateful as I am. Thank you.